schedule for events today. We have to match each card with an event. We have 4 events. First of all, New Year card, birthday invitation, birth announcement, إعلان الولادة, announce verb, announcement noun, and of course, wedding invitation. The first photo or the first card is a girl. John and Mary Smith are happy to announce the birth of their daughter Susan. And I think this is birthday invitation. The second card is wishing you health and happiness in the new year. And this is a new year card and a very good wish for the new year. Health and happiness. We all wish health and happiness for every time. The third card to John. You are invited to a birthday party on the Saturday of June at 3 o'clock. I hope you can come from Basil. And this is a birthday invitation. The last but not the least, the fourth card, Mr. and Mrs. Al-Hamza and Mr. and Mrs. Al-Turki request the pleasure of your company at the wedding of their children, Fuad and Noura. And I think this is a wedding invitation. We have here email. We have to read it in order to answer the questions in the activity book, page 86. And we all know that email starts from Helen to Noor. And the subject is hello from England. Let's start reading. Dear Noor, how are you? I'm sorry I haven't written for a long time. I've been very busy. I've got exciting news to tell you. I'm going to have a little cousin. I don't know if it'll be a boy or girl, but we expect نتوقع it will be born in March. I think my aunt and uncle have thought of names for him or her, but they refuse to tell me what they are. My aunt told me there was a big argument, نقاش طويل, in her family about her name. So she doesn't want to tell anyone until the baby is born. I think they might name the baby after my grandfather or my grandmother, but I've got some better ideas. If it's a boy, I like the name Alan, which means handsome. And if it is a girl, I think she should be called Ida. That means joyful and very happy. What do you think anyway? I'm very excited. I've offered to babysit whenever they want. I've offered to babysit whenever they want because I love taking care of children. Next year, I'll be spending a lot of my time at my aunt and uncle's house. Write soon and tell me what's in news with you. With love, Helen. The first question in the activity book, what is Helen news? Helen news, she is going to have a little cousin. She is going to have a little cousin. And the second news that her aunt refused to tell her about the possible names. Why? Because there is a big argument. There is a big argument in her family. And Helen's suggestion and ideas to name the baby Alan, which means handsome, And if it is a girl, Ida, which means joyful. And Helen's here offered to babysit whenever they want because she likes taking care of children. The grammar here and function here is that verb which is followed by to and infinitive. We have some verbs here which is almost always followed by to plus infinitive. The first verb, refuse. Agree, refuse يرفض, agree يوافق, offer يعرض, and want you read, decide, you know the meaning of decide, and promise, learn, يتعلم, and they remember, يتذكر, which is the opposite of forget. I've made a little paragraph to show how can we use these verbs and how can it followed by to and infinitive. I wanted to make a birthday party for my brother, so we decided to bring him a big cake. My sister offered to buy balloons and sweets, and my mom promised to do all the preparation which is necessary. I agreed to have some music. It's a big party, you know. So I went to the CD center to learn to know how DJ works. Dad refused to tell us what the present was. I expect to see lots of my relatives and friends whom I haven't seen for a long time. I remembered to send the invitation, but I forgot to buy the flowers. See, girls, here we have wanted, أراد, followed by to make a birthday party. And we have decided, قرر, to, and it is followed by to and bring, and يجلب. Offered, عرض, to buy and يشتري, and promised وعد, to do. Who وعد, من وعد, my mom promised to do all the preparation. I agreed وافقت to have some music, أنه تكون يتخلل الحفلة بعض من الموسيقى. I went to the CD to learn. أتعلم ماذا? To know كيفية استخدام الدي جي. Dad refused, رفض شنو؟ أن يخبرنا about the present, to tell the present was. أنا أتوقع to see and أرى all my friends and some أو الكثير من my friends and relatives whom I didn't see. I remembered, تذكرت أن أرسل كل الدعوات, but I forgot, للأسف نسيت, to buy the flowers and أشتري الزهور. بهاي المقالة أو هذا الباراجراف البسيط نتعلم استخدام هاي الأفعال اللي هي تكون منتهية بهذا الشيء. طبعا نقدر نفتح الكتاب في الكتاب الملون على صفحة 99 ونلاحظ استخدامه. Some verbs are usually followed by to plus infinitive. Here are some common verbs that is follow this pattern, and we have mentioned the sentences, and we have here some more sentences. Dad refused to tell me what my present was. Did you offer to pick him up at the station? Hassan and Batul want to get married in the spring. It was too hot to play football, so we decided to go to the cinema. Mom agreed to drive me to the mall. Ahmed is learning to blue glass like his father. Dana promised to bake a cake for the party. I remember to send the invitations, but I forgot to buy the flowers. And don't forget, I wanted to make a birthday party for my brother, so we decided to bring him a big cake. My sister offered to buy balloons and the sweets, and my mom promised to do all the preparation. I agreed to have some music. It's a big party, you know. So I went to the city center to learn to know how DJ works. Dad refused to tell us what the present was. I expect to see lots of my relatives and friends whom I haven't seen for a long time. I remember to send invitations, but I forgot to buy the flowers. And thank you, girls, for joining us.